Q1. Department of Land Resources functions under the aegis of which Union Ministry? A. Ministry of Home Affairs. B. Ministry of Rural Development. C. Ministry of Law. D. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Correct answer, B. Ministry of Rural Development. Notes. Department of Land Resources, DULR, functioning under the Ministry of Rural Development, is the nodal department responsible for registering property index, as it has fared low in the Land Administration Index, part of World Bank's Ease of Doing Business (EODB) index. The government is planning to link ECOT with land records and registration base. The pilot project has been completed in Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, and Haryana. Q2. Which city conducted a sero-survey and found antibodies against COVID-19 in over 50% of children? A. New Delhi. B. Mumbai. C. Bengaluru. D. Chennai. Correct answer, B. Mumbai. Notes. As per a pediatric sero-survey conducted in Mumbai, 51.18% of those below the age of 18 in Mumbai have antibodies against COVID-19. The survey was conducted by a hospital run by Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, BMC, between April 1 to June 15. This was the third sero-survey conducted since the beginning of the pandemic. Q3. Louisiana Delta System is located in which country? A. Australia. B. USA. C. Russia. D. France. Correct answer, B. USA. Notes. Scientists from NASA and some universities are undertaking a $15 million, 5-year study on adjacent areas of Louisiana. They are using high-tech airborne systems along with boats. The team aims to create computer models that can be used with satellite data. This will let countries around the world know which parts of their deltas can be shored up. Q4. Which state government is to set up district-level industry and investment promotion agencies? DIPAs. A. Andhra Pradesh. B. Odisha. C. Kerala. D. Karnataka. Correct answer, B. Odisha. Notes. The state government of Odisha has decided to set up district-level industry and investment promotion agencies, DIPAs, in different districts. This aims to create new employment opportunities and boost economic activities in rural areas. DIPAs would be managed by 3 professionals under the direct supervision of the respective district collectors. Q5. Which is the nodal department in India in monitoring the enforcing contracts regime for ease of doing business? A. Department of Justice. B. Department of Land Resources. C. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. D. Department of Legal Affairs. Correct answer, A. Department of Justice. Notes. Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice, is the nodal department to monitor the legislative and policy reforms to strengthen the enforcing contracts system for ease of doing business in India. Department of Justice has recently an exclusive enforcing contracts portal. The enforcing contracts indicator is a part of the ease of doing business survey by World Bank. It measures time and cost to resolve a commercial dispute and a series of good practices in the judiciary. Q6. Pithampur, where Asia's longest high-speed test track Natraksh has been inaugurated, is located in which state? A. Tamil Nadu. B. Madhya Pradesh. C. Maharashtra. D. Gujarat. Correct answer, B. Madhya Pradesh. Notes. The Union Minister for Heavy Industries and Public Enterprises Prakash Javadekar has recently inaugurated Asia's longest high-speed test track at Pithampur of Indore in Madhya Pradesh. Called as Natraksh, National Automotive Test Tracks, it is 11.3 kilometers in length and will be put to use for testing by automotive companies and component testing companies. Q7. Which ministry has updated the atlas of glacial lakes that are part of the Ganga River basin? A. Ministry of Environment of Forest. B. Ministry of Jal Shakti. C. Ministry of Power. D. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Correct answer. B. Ministry of Jal Shakti. Notes. The Union Ministry of Jal Shakti has recently released the updated atlas of glacial lakes that are part of the Ganga River Basin. As per the atlas, 4,707 glacial lakes have been mapped in the Ganga Basin, which have a spread area greater than 0.25 hectares. Resources at 2, RS2, has been used for this purpose. Q8. Green Freight Corridor 2, seen in the news recently, is located in which state? A. Maharashtra. B. West Bengal. C. Kerala. D. Tamil Nadu. Correct answer. C. Kerala. Notes. The loading operation for the maiden shipping voyage in Green Freight Corridor 2 has been inaugurated recently by the Union Minister of State for Ports, Shipping, and Waterways Mansukh Mandavia. The corridor is in the state of Kerala and connects Kochi to Beyapur and Adikal ports. It is proposed that Kollam would be added later to this corridor. Q9. Which institution has launched the research initiative called Fund for Industrial Research Engagement, FIRE? A. ISRO. B. DRDO. C. SERB. D. RBI. Correct answer. C. SERB. Notes. A research initiative named Fund for Industrial Research Engagement, FIRE, has been initiated by the Science and Engineering Research Board, SERB, in association with DST and Intel. This is aimed to increase research opportunities in fields like artificial intelligence, AI/machine learning, ML, Internet of Things, IoT, etc. SERB is a statutory body established by the SERB Act 2008, under the Department of Science and Technology. Q10. Which country has passed the Holocaust Property Bill? A. Israel. B. Poland. C. Sweden. D. Germany. Correct answer. B. Poland. Notes. Poland's lower house of parliament passed a draft Holocaust Property Bill, which introduced several limitations on claims for the recovery of property lost in World War II. The legislation could affect up to 90% of property compensation requests from Holocaust survivors and their descendants. Israel has summoned Poland's ambassador to express its disappointment over the bill. Q11. Which Asian country was declared malaria-free by the World Health Organization recently? A. Bangladesh. B. China. C. Thailand. D. Nepal. Correct answer. B. China. Notes. China has been officially certified as malaria-free by the World Health Organization, WHO. It is only the second country in the Asia-Pacific region to get the tag, after Sri Lanka in 2016. China has maintained zero indigenous malaria cases for 4 consecutive years. In the 1940s, it had an estimated 30 million cases and 3 lakh deaths per year. Q12. Which is the biggest air carrier in Saudi Arabia? A. Emirates Airlines. B. Etihad Airways. C. Saudi Arabian Airlines. D. Qantas Airlines. Correct answer. C. Saudi Arabian Airlines. Notes. Saudi Arabian Airlines, owned by the state, is the biggest carrier in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Others include low-cost carrier Flyer Deals and Flynas. Recently, Saudi Arabia announced plans to launch a second national airline. This would push the kingdom to the 5th rank globally in terms of air transit traffic. The decision aims to turn the kingdom into a global logistics hub, diversifying from oil. Q13. Which is the first mRNA vaccine to get emergency use license in India? A. Sputnik. B. Sinovac. C. Moderna mRNA 1273. D. Pfizer vaccine. Correct answer. C. Moderna mRNA 1273. Notes. India approved its fourth COVID-19 vaccine and its first mRNA vaccine, Moderna's mRNA 1273. It is sold under the brand name Spikevax in the US. Now the vaccines can be imported to India without bridging clinical studies. Moderna vaccine, which has 94.1% efficacy, will be available in India through the Indian pharma company Cipla Q14. Which organization conducts the TOEFL and GRE tests? A. NTA, B. IIT Bombay, C. ETS, D. Cambridge University. Correct answer, C. ETS. Notes. US-based educational testing service, the world's largest private educational assessment organization, conducts several tests including TOEFL and GRE. It was recently announced that Aadhaar card will be accepted as an identification for taking the TOEFL and GRE tests. Students have to, however, submit the original version of their Aadhaar card as received in the mail. Q15. Which tax on crude palm oil was recently reduced to 10%? A. Excise duty, B. Customs duty, C. Goods and services tax, D. None of the above. Correct answer, B. Customs duty. Notes. As per a recent notification by the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, CBIC, the basic customs duty on crude palm oil has been cut to 10% and refined palm oil to 37.5%. This tax cut could make palm oil more attractive than rival soy oil and sunflower oil, which will boost imports and bring down the edible oil prices. This lower tax rate will apply from June 30th to September 30th.